Hello, once again, YouTube, and I'm coming back at you again. And I wanted to share an article, a couple of articles, as a matter of fact, going in about Janet Jackson. And as you see, she's getting ready for another tour. So I'm going to try to make this short and sweet and get to the point. I don't want to drag it out real long. But folks, you got to realize that people in this industry, whether they're male or female, they have to pay their dues. They write their names in blood, they play the game, they worship the Baphomet, and they're required to do certain things. You know, some people take the sacrifice life, some people will sacrifice their children by changing their sexual genders. Some will just be straight up lesbians and homosexuals, and stuff like that. So you got to pay to play. And, we don't have to go deep into the Jacksons' background to know that, Joe Jackson sought after a career in the music, feverishly pushing his children, trying to live some type of fantasy through his kids. And finally, they got what they wanted. They ended up in Hollywood with Joe's push, and the rest is history. But, Janet Jackson is no exception. No matter how famous they are and how high up they are, they have to perform and do certain things. And I really believe that this relationship between Janet Jackson and her husband, I believe that's from the UAE, who was a billionaire businessman who owns, I think, 55 companies. I really believe that Janet Jackson was basically a sex kitten, a fascination, a fetish for him. And so as I read into another article that goes in a little bit more about him, he makes a statement that says, that was his dream woman or his dream girl. And by him having some type of connection to the powers that be, the ones that own the establishment, the quote unquote the Illuminati, he was able to contact through his power and his influence to say, hey, I want that woman. I'll pay X and X amount of dollars to you, and I want her. Give her to me for 5 years, and she stays with me 5 years. I'll let her have this X amount of money. She stays with me 10 years. She'll have this, and she was basically, I believe, a sex kitten for him. He just had his way with her, and they ended up having a child together. And as soon as she kept her promise, I believe that she was released. And then now she's got to walk the track for the establishment, and that track is going back on tour again. Now, think about it. She just got a big lump sum of money. Whether she's getting $500 million, I don't know for sure, but the fact remains is she's going to get something, definitely. So she got, her payoff for being a sex kitten and being, his sex slave. And then the establishment gets what they want by making money off of her on these tours. So everybody gets what they want. And this is how it goes down in Hollywood, in the music industry. Janet Jackson is headed back to a road after taking nearly a year off, during which she had a kid and separated from her husband. Janet acknowledged she gained some pounds during her pregnancy and confirmed what we already knew, that she separated shortly after the baby was born. She also said she's changed the name of the tour from the Unbreakable to the State of the World Tour. Janet said the tour will resume 7th of September, but she didn't say where. You'll recall Janet postponed the tour last April, announcing she and now estranged husband Wissam Al-Mana were planning their family. Fast forward to January, JJ pops out a son, and then just announces last month she and Al-Mana were done as a couple. You see, that's it's not unusual. People separate for all types of reasons, but I really believe that she went with this man and she got a payoff for it. I just believe that he had his way with her, and he had been obsessed with her probably for some time, and got back, got it to her handlers, and that she had to pay her dues. That was her sacrifice. She sacrificed herself, her body. And this is her, husband to the left right here, Wissam Almana, a billionaire. And let's see, he was reportedly worth $1 billion. Let's see, Almana, who resides in Qatar, is reportedly worth $1 billion. According to the richest, his namesake company Almana operates in the UAE, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Oman, as well as in the UK and in Ireland. The group owns a portfolio of real estate in the Middle East and Europe, including the Marquah Mall in Doha, 138th Park Lane, a townhouse in London. The company also operates an automotive trader businesses, partners with a variety of high-end retail lines, has a consulting engineering division, manages a portfolio of restaurants, owns a media agency, has a line of high-concept movie theaters, and boasts and partnerships with Apple Europe. It should be noted, however, that Almana didn't make it on Forbes Middle East World's Richest Arabs list in 2015. He's previously referred to Janet Jackson as his dream woman. See what I'm saying? He's connected, man. He's connected. The Arabs have members of the Illuminati. This thing is a worldwide operation. Power, aristocrats, bank owners, businessmen, congressmen. And so, as you can see, I believe he had a fixation with her. I think Janet's beautiful. I like Michael Jackson, and I want his sister. And he just got back with the handlers and the establishment, and he got what he wanted. I really believe that's what's going on. And so now she got her money. He got what he wanted. He got a baby from her. He's forever connected to her. And so now the establishment, the powers that be, now they're going to put her back on the track to work. And it's obvious she doesn't need the money. Janet was no way broke, when she married him. So, she's definitely not broke now. So you see what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to close out with that, folks. I hope I didn't make it too short, but I like to try to get to the point and not have it all long and drawn out. So with that being said, until next time, folks, I'm out.